Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in Middle Earth, and Miss Marcellene is currently in Esteldon because she was working on her crafting. One of the things she decided to do was join the Tailors Guild. So, before we go, she needs to make some patterns. Now, these patterns are used to get reputation with the Tailors Guild. They can also be turned in for other things like making certain items. So we are going to go ahead and make this. Now this one has an 18-hour cooldown, so this is the small expert pattern. Then we're going to make medium expert pattern. This one has a 2-day and 18-hour cooldown, so a 3-day cooldown. So depending on which ones you're making, you either have a day cooldown, a 3-day cooldown, and for the large ones, I believe it's a 7-day cooldown. We are going to find out. So you can't just sit there and make as many of these as you want. All right, so now we're going to go with the artisan again. This is going to be it says 18-hour cooldown. Go over here, 2-day, 18-hour cooldown. Now, expert and artisan only have small and medium patterns. Now we move down to the master, which has small, medium, and large pattern. We're only making the small one because we really don't have enough exceptional leather to work on what we need to make the medium or large. But again, the medium pattern, 2 days, 18 hours. The large is 6 days, 18 hours. So yes, it is basically 1, 3, and 7 days. So let's go ahead and make our small one. Definitely need to get some more of that exceptional hide. And now we're going to go with the extreme pattern. Again, really don't have a ton of that leather, so we're only going to make the small. So we have made our patterns. I'm going to go ahead and drop the rest of this off. And the hide go, or the leathers go here. Now there are no patterns for the first 2 tiers of material. So your light and medium leathers do not have patterns. Head into the Tailors Guild. You can see we have the Tailors Guild legendary recipes.
Greetings.
Don't have anything here. I do not know if there will be anything later. It used to be you had patterns that you could make, like the tailor could make the Runekeeper satchel, the legendary satchel, things like that. Obviously, that's not a thing anymore, so I don't know what they do. We have improved recipes here, but we need reputation with the guild, so that starts at tier 3. We would require apprentice of the guild to even get these recipes. This is the guild leader. She doesn't really say anything. This is the guy we got the patterns from. And we have all the way up to, I think, tier 6. So we won't get tier 7 until we have Westfold crafting. We won't even be able to buy them and learn them until then. Tailors Guild Pattern Trader.
How can I be of service?
You can trade some patterns for other patterns. I'm assuming that's for recipes that would use the patterns. But that's it there. Now we're going to go ahead, since I'm not saving these at the moment, I am going to go ahead and use them. So where is our Tailor Guild? Right here. We're Guild Initiate. So let's start with the smalls. Okay, so there's one. That gave us 300 reputation. That one gave us 400 reputation. That one gave us 500 reputation. And this one should give us 600. Yep, that one gave us 600. Now the 2 mediums will give us 900 and 1200 respectively. So now we have made a couple thousand reputation with the Tailors Guild. We're about a third of the way through Guild Initiate. couple more rounds of that, and we'll be out of the niche yet. But that, thought I'd show y'all a little bit of what the guild entails. And you can only choose one guild. So between tailoring and woodworking, I decided tailoring was probably her best option. Now that we've done that, we're going to head back to Echad Dunann, where she left off last time. Let's get started, shall we? Alright, so we're back in Echad Dunann, and the first person we're going to talk to is this Renildor.
Megovanen.
Welcome to Echad Dunann, Marcellene. I welcome your news, though it troubles me as well. Stay a while, we have much to discuss.
Mind my words, traveler.
We have sent out our scouts to determine what path the company may have followed in order to cross Hithalglir, the Misty Mountains. If what you say is true of the campsites you found, there may be other signs of their passing that will need to be hidden. There are only 3 paths that seem reasonable for their passage across the mountains: through the pass of the Redhorn Gate, south through the Gap of Rohan, or beneath the Mist Mountains through the halls of Moria. Speak with our scouts, Rudril and Lemlair, and learn if they have noted aught of the company's passing. Rudril is encamped near a place to the northwest, which we are calling the Burnt Tor, for something has scorched the earth there. Lemlair may be found along the road southwest of here. So he wants me to help those too. Now we have various and sundry other rings here, like a lot of them.
Greetings, friend. Will you lend me your ear?
The half-orcs have pushed far beyond where any of us thought they would dare, even so far as the Redhorn Gate. Though none marked their passage, they did not leave in secrecy, leaving foul banners of the White Hand upon the hillside. Go and remove those banners. We must not allow the half-orcs to believe that they can roam freely throughout this land, which once belonged to the elves. The half-orc banners can be found throughout the Redhorn Gate in the northeast. Alright.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
No doubt your gaze has been drawn to the peaks of Kelebdil, Karajas, and Thanudwil, but there's a great shadow. There a great shadow often defeats my eyes. Great dark clouds move against the wind, and they pass over the land in search of something. Flocks of black-winged Kerbane from Dunland have been circling the Redhorn Gate. It is clear they are searching for the company, and I fear that they may have news, or have found some clue that we have not ourselves discovered. So he wants me to kill some Kerbane. I will be happy to do that. Hello, who are you?
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
You're at your service, and your family's. You look like just the sort able to help me with my troubles. My traveling companion Thorlak and I journeyed with Roger's expedition. We had long debated the existence of the famed Tower of Doran that some say sits atop the Raxagal. I did not believe Thorlak when he said he would find it or perish in the attempt, but now I fear for his life. 4 days ago he left camp in search of Doran's tower, and he has not been seen since. If you could journey into the Redhorn Gate and search for any sign of him, I would be much in your debt. I last saw Thorlak heading into the snow near to the mountain. So you want me to find your friend. Alright. And these two, at least this one for certain, is, I think, an instant. Yeah.
Will you stay a moment?
So this is one where you bring an infused garnet, and it's called a Flight of Drake. And when it says it's for a small fellowship, they mean it. There's obviously, one, we can't do it. We don't have an infused garnet that I know of. We do not. And 2, we do not have a small fellowship.
Will you lend me your ear?
The land was once filled with beautiful music of birds. Squirrels played in the heather, and deer wandered the hill slopes of the mountains. But they are all silent now, driven off or killed by the invading evils. When the half-orcs and Uruk-hai of Saruman came, they brought with them foul creatures, none more destructive than the lizards in Ullenden, near the southern tip of Imanner. They sneak into trees and eat birds, find the unsuspecting squirrel in the holly bush, even catch the mighty deer unaware in the mountains. Go southwest into Ullenden and slay these creatures. If they are driven from the land, perhaps the wild inhabitants of Eregion will return in time.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Even the smallest worm has its place in Middle-earth, but it seems that Saruman's corruption can reach those bodies, both large and small. The worms of Emenair have been feeding upon the corrupt flesh of the wanton slaying of the servants of Saruman. They have grown heavy with the vile flesh, and they no longer feed only upon the remains of the dead, but have been seen feasting upon the living. This plague must be put to an end, Marcellene. The crawlers can be found throughout Emenair, southwest of Echad Dunann. That's kind of disgusting. Then we got a couple up here we need to talk to. Who actually desperately want to talk to us. We have Glavrolith and Palinair.
What do you need?
Welcome, Marcellene. You come with tidings from Lingliel. The half-orcs have entered the realms of Eregion. This is old news to us, but Lingliel is right to be concerned. There is some evil at work here, against which we must prepare ourselves. Completed, 8 from the east. Oh, what speed is that? Hold on. Title word. Okay, he's completed. Completing quests within Eregion. Oh, another 15 LOTRO points. Woohoo! I do like that. Okay, so that's Silent and Restless Advanced. And now we need the last one, which is the Silent and Restless Final, which we need another 20 quests to complete that. That will be easy. And like I said, we just got 15 LOTRO points, so woohoo!
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Once the assault on Barad Morlas was launched, the half-orcs sent out messengers in secret. Our scout have found that the first of these messengers has not yet reached Horth Catalus. The messenger must be stopped, Marcellene. If Barad Morlas receives reinforcement, they may have enough strength to break our defenses and rout the free people in Eregion. The messenger was last seen west of Horth Catalus, southwest of Echad Dunann, across Inan Siranon. You must be quick if you're to stop him before he reaches their camp. I don't know if this is timed. It does not say it's timed.
Will you lend me your ear?
Many of the elves of Echad Dunann have seen a pony wandering among the hills. It seemed an odd place for such a beast, and a wonder that it survived with such great peril close at hand. I went myself in search of the pony. When I caught sight of it, I immediately recognized the animal. It was the pony that the halfling Samwise Gamgee had kept stapled in Umladris. He had a wild look, and had no bit or bridle. The pony was quite wary, but seemed in good health. I last saw him beyond the hills west of Echad Dunann, in Teresh and Drog. Go see if you can clear a path for the pony to come back safely. The wild is no place for such a beast to roam by himself. So we get to find Bill the pony.
What can I do for you?
Welcome, Marcellene. You bring word from Uladen Fear. It troubles me that Saruman's forces have moved so far north, and that he dares to despoil the ancient ruins of our kinsmen. Though your news is dire, I thank you for it, and will allow us to prepare a defense.
Will you lend me your ear?
The half-orcs at Torsag prepare for battle. One of the messengers out of Barad Morlas must have reached them sometime in the night. We cannot allow them to bring a force to bear at Barad Morlas. Assail their camp and reduce their numbers. It will be with a small host that they will issue forth to strengthen the battle. Torstag lies northeast of Echad Dunann, along the mountain before the Redhorn Gate. Go as quickly as you can and return once their numbers have been reduced. We just picked up, a ton of quests in, at least 3 different places. And, if we didn't have enough of those, we also have some orders that we claimed from a Dunlaning champion, and that is orders to the White Hand. I don't see up. So, we're going to go under Eregion. That would be here. And it says, speak with... Alright, we're going to remove that so we can put this on. Speak with Gellerwin at Echad Mirabel. You have found strange orders pertaining to the ransack of the school of Tham Murdane, and a champion of the Dunlanings who will lead the assault on the Lord Vault of the Elves. You should bring this message to Echad Mirabel, where someone will hopefully know what to make of it. So we will head that way first, and along the way we can do the lizard. I think we can do the lizards and the crawlers. And probably pick up a few more wolves along the way, too. What do I have that I can use? Run speed boost, definitely. Now we'll skip that one for the moment. Food? Sure, why not? I mean, she doesn't get a whole bunch of fun stuff to use like Thormund does, but she does get a couple things. Yeah. There we go. Well, there's a couple of, at least one wolf. I don't know if this lizard's going to count, but we're going to find out. No, it didn't. So we're looking for lizards in a specific place. And there's that dude. We've already killed him once. We don't need to do it again. It's a warg. If it was a wolf, we would have gone after it. Oh, and here is Lemlair, who's going to have a whole bunch more quests for us. So we're going to skip talking to him for the moment. And of course it's getting dark, because of course it is. Oh, there's a wolf down here. Well. Another warg. Which I think we're going to end up having to kill anyway, so. Alright. Ah, wolf. That's what we need, not the wargs, the wolves. Warg. Lizard. It is a deed. Oh, and that one counted. Okay. The biggest pain in the butt in this is the crawlers, which is usually the case. Alright, and I seem to be getting dinged. Well, that's just gonna have to wait. Alright. Lizard. We'll have, try to avoid the other things. I'll try to streamline the process a little bit. Oh, I'm having no trouble finding the lizards here. I know there's supposed to be some more crawlers. We're finding all the lizards, though. Alright, halfway done with those. Ah, crawler finally. I don't even think the crawlers will attack you unless you attack them first. The lizards will. You stand in front of a lizard long enough, it will attack you. Alright, another crawler. I know around here is part of an exploration. I think it's one of the animal dens. I think you have to specifically go to it. Right now, we're not as worried about that. It's just getting this done. Only need a couple more of these things. And then it's just finding all the worms. Okay, where'd it go? That way. Well, you're our final lizard. At least unless I aggro something. Okay, so that did it for the lizard. Now, crawler. That's funny. Now we're starting to find the crawler. Lizard crawler. So we must be closer to where all the crawlers are then. Alright. Not there. That's just a bunch of angmorm. Yeah, there are angmorm hanging around here. Isn't that lovely? That's a lizard. Stay in your lane. Ah, nope, that's a lizard. Ah, crawler. Two more. And I just found one right there. One more. There we go. Okay, so that did it for those. Now, we can go back to try to get to Mirabelle. Since we're close to it, we're just going to get on our horse. And ride there. very wild looking area now. You could tell it was very beautiful. No doubt there were plenty of reasons the elves picked this. Used to be a river that ran here. You can see the water over there. It just does not come up this way anymore. And these lovely ruins are Echad Mirabelle, and we just finished another deed. Completed the ruins of Eregion.
What do you need?
And it looks like we have unlocked pretty much all the swift travel here, at least from this location. So, woohoo! I'm happy about that. Now, we need to go up. I'm just going to get off the horse. There we go. Go up to the top here. I believe this is where we turn in that quest that we found. Right there.
How can I be of service?
Our enemies to the south grow bold. We must endure so many foes in this land, but I think with your efforts, these tasks will prove less painful than they have in the past. The arrival of this delivery does not weigh more heavily upon me, rather it inspires me to greater hope. We know now that the White Hand has intentions for the school at Dane, so we can set a task to focus upon them. Thank you for showing me this message, Marcellene. You have acted rightly. We will skip taking any more quests, because I think we will end up here anyway, at some point. We have a nice patio with a view, and no railing, so let's try not to fall off it and die. Reward vendor, supplies and provisioner.
What need drives you to trouble this troubled heart?
What need drives you to trouble this troubled heart? That was a mouthful. Okay, dude. Why you could have just said, "Why do you bother me?" I mean, seriously. Alright, that is plenty enough stuff to sell. Back down we go. We'll go ahead and turn in the 2 quests we finished. Bregrachir.
What do you need?
I would like a ride to Echad Dunann, sir. Please and thank you. And since we could take the swift travel, we did. Although it would have been a nice little ride had we taken the slow travel. But yes, this is the swift travel. We're going to get down towards the bottom here and do the poof right there. So who do I need to turn these 2 in at? Right here.
A shadow is on my spirit.
You have killed many of the lizards, Marcellene, but there are many more yet to be driven forth. Perhaps someday soon, as the elves count the days, we will hear the song of birds and the soft beat of the rabbit again in Eregion.
My heart cannot sing today.
Though they will not be wholly destroyed as long as Saruman's corruption remains in Eregion, you have eased the burden upon the land. So we have finished her quest. And we have 8 more to do just here. We left several behind in Echad Dunann, which, like I said, will end up back there anyway. but I wanted to turn that one quest in since I knew a couple of the quests here went relatively close. Oh, and you know what? I forgot there was one more thing I was supposed to look for there. Well, it can wait. So, we've gotten all that done. Everything's looking good. And next time, we will continue helping the good elves of Echad Dunann. But, until then, bye for now.